hair. Let's do this. In this video, I am gonna help you out with all these fears and thoughts you've been having of becoming a mom. So the question is there a solution for all this scaredness, less anxiety? Yes, guys, there's always a solution. We all know that, but for whatever reason, we rather stay in our hole and feel sorry for ourselves and absolutely not do anything about it because that's easy, right? Avoidance is the easiest thing you can do. But I am here today and I'm actually gonna help you out with a few tips that I did for myself that they helped me throughout the pregnancy to start feeling better and not so anxious or depressed or whatever. But before we get into the solutions/tips, I'm gonna share with you how my pregnancy has been going so far and what obstacles I faced on the way to be where I am right now. Who isn't freaking out of becoming a mom? If you're not freaking out, there absolutely might not be something wrong with you, but damn, you're a superhuman and I don't know what type of confidence you have in your life, because I think for the rest of us, it's just too much. It's too emotional, it's overwhelming. Anyway, let's get to the point. The number one thing I've been experiencing, and it was much worse at the beginning, is anxiety and depression. Now, I don't know much about depression because the only reason why I ended up being depressed is because I was feeling too anxious and overwhelmed about everything else. So I'm not that experienced when it comes to depression, although I think how you deal with it can be very similar to how you deal with anxiety. So I would like to talk about both of them. Now, here's the thing. At the beginning, you have your normal life, you have your average, routine, everything is going smooth, and you either want to have a baby or you unexpectedly have a baby or whatever. You want to have a baby. There's a baby. You're pregnant. And the first emotions that are literally like, oh my God, I'm so lucky, life is great, or whatever. Yeah, it's all about excitement, love, whatever. We're gonna have a family. Oh my God, life is great. Fair. Then all the symptoms of the pregnancy start hitting, all the sickness, all the whatever. Your body is completely changing, and for whatever reason you start feeling very shit. And when you feel shit and you can't do anything that you could do before, you feel even more shit. I personally got stuck in the cycle that I couldn't exercise because I was throwing up, although I still went to exercise and then I threw up. Generally, I just was puking 24/7 and it wasn't fun at all. So because you're in this like negative cloud or whatever, you start thinking negative about everything else. And oh my God, this is horrible. I never want to go through it again. I don't want more kids. I don't know what's happening. This is disgusting. Oh my God. Now, all of these first trimester symptoms and emotions and hormones in my body really made me be depressed because I was literally in bed, not being able to film, not being able to do anything. And that's what gets you stuck in a spiral. I call it spiral of anxiety or a spiral of depression. I just didn't know. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to do. Now, that's like the first part of the pregnancy and what we all kind of go through. Not everyone, but okay, maybe the majority of the women we are going through that. Then you start feeling better. And what do humans do when they feel better? They start thinking more. At least in my case, for sure. Once I started feeling better, I was excited about the whole pregnancy. But then I started worrying about becoming a mom. Do I even know how to become a mom? All of these questions in my head, it just got tiring. And then I got more anxiety and more stress in my body. And you know what's the interesting part? I wanted to research, why do I feel so anxious? Because I was happy myself. I felt good. I wasn't feeling bad. And I was wondering, why do I feel anxious? And then it turns out, on top of you, for whatever reason you're stressing out, your body is going through so many hormonal changes. And I don't know, like, why do I think I'm a superhuman and I'm just gonna like be pregnant and be in a honeymoon phase the whole pregnancy? That's not, I don't know why I have that idea. So yeah, once you're done fearing the what if and how, questioning whether you know how to become a mom or whatever, basically having all of these thoughts, you start thinking, why does it look like everyone else in their pregnancy, they're just fine? They are having their best time of their life being pregnant, and why everyone's fine, And that's the thing, I realized they're not, because I might look fine. I might look like the type of person that, oh my God, I'm constantly happy with my pregnancy. I don't have any issues. Honestly, I do. Everybody does. We're just very good at hiding it. Yeah, and then I realized, you know what? If I will share this story, I will share it so people get help from it. And that's why I wanted to make this video in the first place. Another reason reason why I absolutely think some people have issue with, and it can be a bit stressful, like, what is my freedom gonna be like? How is my life gonna be after pregnancy? What's gonna happen? It's just so many questions on your head, and you just think and freak out. It's a big change in your life. So with that being said, you shouldn't be so hard on yourself. For the love of God, you're growing a human in your belly. Does your body grow a human in your belly like on a daily basis or something? It's a big thing. It's a freaking miracle. And I really want for people not to push themselves even more down and blame themselves and why do I feel like this and why do I feel like that. It's just okay. Listen to me. I'm gonna give you a few solutions and tips right now that they helped me for sure, and hopefully they're gonna help you as well. Because in the end of the day, this is why we make this video, so you get your help that you need. Now, I put this out there. I'm not a medical professional, obviously. Look at me, I'm not. But this is just my experience and actually a positive result that I had from doing all of these things. My tip number one, and what really helped me get completely out of that spiral anxiety or depression, was socializing and being in a community. I had my own community when it comes to sports, but then now I started also having like a church community. But with that being said, you really need to see people. You need to get out there and talk to people. If there are other moms, even better. But like, don't stay at home and feel sorry for yourself. I know you feel like throwing up, but push yourself to go out there and say to another person, hey, I feel like I'm gonna throw up. Have a conversation with people. Be in a community. Feel like you belong somewhere. It's so important for us humans, not just when we're pregnant. Generally, it's just good for us. It's good for our soul. And literally for me, this is the biggest tip. And I wanted to put a number one because it's important. And the number two tip, exercise. I know in pregnancy, it's hard to exercise. In the first trimester, you're throwing up all the time. In the second trimester, you start having a belly. Anyway, some easy form of exercise not only helps with the community part, but also helps with endorphins. We don't need antidepressants. Absolutely, for me, my number one pill, you would say, that I take is the exercise. And every time you go to exercise, you come out a transformed person. You literally have dopamine release in your brain constantly. You're just in a good mood. Now, of course, don't go to run 10 kilometers because that you're stupid if you do that. I'm just saying. But I don't know, walk, yoga, meet other people, aerobics, I don't know. But yeah, it really helped me, and not only got me out of the house, it also got me to speak to people and also gave me my little dopamine release of the day. My tip number three, I'm gonna tell you, you're not gonna take it serious, but it really makes a difference because we are what we eat. I don't want to hear any more bullshit. I don't care if you have cravings, at least freaking try to eat healthy, because when you put bad things in your body, there is chemicals going on in your brain that they turn out to be more depressing, and blood sugar levels is going up and down. Your body is just telling you, what the hell are you doing? You just like eat a fucking carrot, because I just can't. Eating healthy, I'm not saying you should become a freak and just start eating like only vegetables or something, but not only is good for the baby, it's also good for your mental health. And people keep forgetting that if you eat high blood sugar stuff, then that means also you're gonna have very low blood sugar levels. Going high and low is just not good for you. And it's so sad because I hate this thing that is going around, and you're pregnant, you can eat whatever you want. If you have cravings, you can just like give up on the cravings and just start eating shit. I'm not a hypocrite. Of course, I had moments when I freaking ate big bag of chips or a big chocolate like this, but you still need to try, when you're not eating this shit, to eat really healthy, you know? Because if you only eat junk and only eat those things, it makes your anxiety and depression worse, and you don't want that. You don't. If you feel good in your body, then you feel good mentally as well. Then after I did all of this, after I tried to eat healthy, exercise, and be in a community, I still had anxiety to an extent. And I said, okay, why? I'm trying everything and I still have anxiety, but why? And then I realized that you actually need to do something more, like researching of how to deal with your anxiety, because again, I'm not a professional. This is where tip number 4 comes. You need to read/research about your problem. I personally read a book of how to deal with general anxiety, because sometimes, you know, you might have a specific type of anxiety. For example, like I just had panic attacks in public, that type of thing. So I don't think that you can just solve it by eating healthy and exercising. Those are things that can help you, but also you need to find a way of dealing with the symptoms and dealing with the whole panic attack thing. That's what I did. I read a book, it's called Dare, but whatever. I'll just put it here and in description if you have anxiety. But that was my book, for example. Yeah, you need to find solutions of how to deal with the actual problem. And for example, that book is just telling you how to deal with the sensations you're having from anxiety or the emotions you're having. And basically, it's just nice to have a guide to push you through. Yeah, after reading that book and exposing myself and going out and not stopping living my life, I feel much better. I really think that please at least try research. Okay, I have this problem. I'm stressed out about being a mom. For example, if you're stressed out of being a mom, actually Google books that they help you of how to become a better mom in the future, how to be prepared when the baby comes. There's so many books out there about so many topics, and literally it opens your mind and you're more ready to deal with anything. That's the most important thing, to be ready mentally to deal with anything. Books really help. And if you don't like books, you can just research. But the problem with researching is be careful with the internet. There's a lot of shit out there. At least with a book, you can read the reviews and see like if people like it and agree, or if it worked for them. But if you don't like reading, just research on the internet how to deal with the whole situation. The fifth thing that I absolutely think it helps, but people don't take it that serious, is asking for help. If you're overwhelmed with everything, speak to your friends, speak to your husband, speak to your parents. You need help. You need to talk to people. You need to say your problems. You need to let it out of your system. Ask questions and ask for help and be like, hey, can you please wash the dishes because I'm overwhelmed? And the problem with women, we do this thing that I really hate, and I only figure out in my marriage that even though you need help, you're like, I got it. You just want to do everything. You just want to be responsible for the house. You want to be responsible for all the emotions of everyone in the household. I don't know why it's there, but it's just that sense of like, I'm the woman of the house, I'm strong, I can do everything. But no, you need help. Like, you need help with the clothes, you need help emotionally, you need help, and you can ask for help. And then you actually start getting used to it, of having help, because I feel that the more you don't ask for help, the less you think you need it, and then the more overwhelmed you become. And that's not good, is it? No, it's not. Now, the last tip, it's something that is useful now, but I think it's going to be more useful later when you have a baby. That's basically sleep, the magic pill that people don't even know they have in their hand. Sleep, it's so freaking important. I cannot. Listen, I always been the type of person that I slept a lot, 9 hours a day. And through my pregnancy, I realized that the days that I sleep less, I'm more frustrated, and the days that I sleep more, I'm less frustrated. And those sleepless nights are gonna come. So sleep as much as you can now, because that's what I'm doing. Even when those nights come, I think you should still find a way for someone else to take over the baby, your husband, your friend, I don't know, and sleep in the meantime. Don't be like, hey, I'm awake now, I'm gonna scroll through. No, put your head down and try to sleep. If you can't sleep, it doesn't matter. At least like your brain understands that you're resting. Because if you say, okay, now it's morning, there's no point for me to sleep. No, you can sleep at 11 a.m. You can sleep at 2 p.m. You can have naps throughout the day and ask for help for other people to do other things, because you're not a superhuman in the end of the day. Yeah, I don't know how I'm gonna be with my sleep patterns, but for sure, like, I'm gonna say to my husband, hey, like, if I do the night, can you do the morning shift so we can both like have different sleep patterns? If I try it and it works, I'm definitely gonna make a video and tell you guys this system works, you should do the same, you know. Last thing I wanted to say is that I don't sleep very well now in the third trimester. I'm actually like 28 weeks. Literally today I started my 7th month, and that bladder is getting full very easily, and my little baby is kicking my bladder very easily. So it feels like I wake up 3 to 4 times at night. And also I have these weird vivid dreams, and I just wake up. I wake up in the middle of the night and I'm like, and my husband was telling me like, probably is your body preparing you for being away when the baby comes. Yeah, the conclusion of this video is that stop thinking you're alone and stop thinking that you're the only person who's going through anxiety and depression. I personally think, to an extent, every single woman goes through shit, especially when you're pregnant. This period, it's scary and we're gonna have our questions, but every time you have a what if, a negative what if, then just say whatever. I'm just gonna deal with it when it comes. It's okay. You understand? Yes, you understand. I don't know what action was that. But anyway, yeah, I really hope you got value from this video, and if you did got value, please make sure you subscribe, because I need to keep making videos to help you guys, y'all, okay? And also hit the like button, because that helps my videos perform better. Not that you care, but it's a nice thing to do for a person. Anyways, I'm gonna see you next time. Bye!